Hey there, race fans, and welcome to the first episode of our new live show that we're going to be doing here every week at the New Smyrna Speedway. This is the New Smyrna Hotlap, and I'm your host, Ryan Stevens. For those of you who do not know me, I am the announcer at New Smyrna, and tonight's episode, our first one, is going to be a bit bare bones. I'm just going to be sitting here talking racing with you guys and getting everybody caught up on what's coming up at the New Smyrna Speedway. So if you're tuning in, welcome. And if not, you'll be able to watch this show after it posts. We'll have it up on our Facebook and YouTube as well. So let's get right into things. As many of you know, we've had a lot of change so far this year at New Smyrna. Rusty Marcus is now managing the racetrack, and he's been doing a lot of things differently, and we're trying some things, really gearing up to see what we're going to do for next year, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. And of course, the big story has been weather the last few weeks, and as many of you know, we've rained out the last couple of weeks, and it's been a tough deal. We get everybody there, we get ready to go, the rain comes in, washes everything away, and then it seems like the minute it just looks like it's not going to stop, then it stops. That's just been our luck, and we apologize to all you fans who plan to come out and support us, and all you drivers as well. Last few weeks have been rough on everybody. Believe me, we opened those gates, it costs us a lot of money too, so we're all in the same boat, we're all in this together. However, we are going to do everything that we can to get the races in this weekend. We have O'Reilly Auto Parts Night in the Pro Late Model 50 coming your way this weekend. And I've heard a bit of a rumor we're going to have some airboats there if needed to help dry the racetrack. So that's going to be that'll be interesting. Hopefully it doesn't rain. We don't have to worry about that. If it does rain, maybe we'll see some airboat races. I don't know. Stay tuned for that. It'll be fun to watch. But anyways, we're hoping the weather can leave us alone. I mean, last week just killed us. You know, the minute it looks like we're going to be good to go, another cell comes, washes us out. So we're sick of the rain. But for those of you who have been to New Smyrna this year, you've seen some absolutely thrilling racing. All of our divisions have been fantastic. Even on nights where it might not look like it's going to be anything, maybe a low car count, whatever it may be. But the racing has been fantastic, especially in the super stocks. They've had, I believe, 7 races so far this year, and each one of them has been extremely exciting. We've had door-to-door, side-by-side finishes, big, scary crashes, pretty much everything you could want. I think the super stocks got to race 7 times last year, with Mother Nature and all that getting in the way. This year they've had 7 races already, and they have really stolen the season. Mike Amato, David Gould have been battling tooth and nail for the championship and for race wins all season. They each have 3 apiece, and now Preston Hunt is back. He won a couple of weeks ago, and he's in the mix. We also have Bobby Holly, who's recovering from some bad luck earlier on this season. He's a contender. We also have Butch Hurtigan when he shows up. So there's 5, 6, 7 competitive super stocks every week that we've had them. And they've been having good car counts, 10-plus cars every single week. We've been seeing some growth in that division, which is great to see. Always one of my favorites. Another division we have to highlight has been our mod minis. They've had quite the resurgence. If you've been with us the last few years, they've had maybe 4, 5, 6 cars. That's it. This year we've gotten them into double digits, and they've actually put on some real competitive races. Tyler Simpson has his car absolutely hooked up right now, and he has been the dominant force so far. But we have guys like Bobby Dooley, who's got a feature win this year. We have David Russell, Brad Blanton, Mark Brote. Those 5 guys all have a chance to win every single week. So, you know, the Mod Minis, they're not the fastest. They might be the loudest, but they're not the fastest. They're not the highlight division, but they have been spectacular, and they'll be back on track this weekend as well. So there's going to be 5, 6 guys there with a shot to win, and who knows, if someone else shows up, they could steal the show. Also, the American Auto Sportsman. What can we say about that division over the past 3, 4 years? They have been absolutely fantastic. We got to thank EJ from American Auto for not only sponsoring the class, but for everything that he's done to support the drivers in that division. He takes time out of his week to call those guys, to invite them out, and that's why we're averaging about 16, 17 cars this year, but we'll have 16, 18, 20 plus for the big events, and that's because of what EJ and American Auto does. And of course we have the Dash for Cash for that division as well. So for some of those guys who come and they're not going to compete with the big 4, but they get to come out and have a good shot to head home with a nice purse for the night. Speaking of the big 4, that has been the story in the Sportsman division. We have Patrick Thomas, point leader Jason Vale, Earl Beckner, Matthew Green. Those 4 guys show up every week, and they battle it out. They are the class of the field right now. They have gotten away from everybody just a little bit, But it's interesting, NASCAR has their big four. You can turn on a NASCAR race, you know who's going to win. With our big four, they get out there, they duke it out, and we have four, five, six other guys who are right there in their tire tracks just waiting to break through. So the sportsman division is always exciting. We're going to see the big four in action this weekend. We'll see if Thomas Vale, Beckner, or Green can go to victory lane, or if somebody else can finally break into Hampton and victory lane for the sportsman. And again, with 5 or 6 other guys just behind him, who knows? Maybe Steve Barnes, Joe Hamilton, somebody like that can break out in that division and make it the big 5, the big 6. But again, the big 4 storyline is going to be something to watch for the rest of the year to see who can come out on top with the title. So that's just a little quick recap of some of the highlight divisions. Of course, we have the super late models, pro late models. We're going to be having pro trucks back. Of course, the weather has kind of halted things in some of those divisions. They haven't gotten to run as much, but they will be back. And the good news for you fans is, with all these rainouts, you might be thinking, "Oh man, New Smyrna, what are you doing? We're missing races now. We're not going to be able to see as much racing this year." Well, if you check our website, newsmyrnaspeedway.org, you can see our new updated schedule. We put all the makeup dates up that we have. We still have a few that we're trying to find out when they're going to fit on the schedule, but most of the makeup dates are posted, and there's a lot of double features coming up, a lot of added races. So normally for the weekly stuff, when we would cancel, that'd be it. It'd be gone. But this year, we've posted some of these races later on in the season. Again, we still have a couple more we got to add. We got to figure out where they're going to fall into the schedule. But make sure you follow our Facebook and follow the website as well to find out when the rest of the races are going to be updated. Also, if you'd like to get caught up on anything you may have missed so far this year, make sure you check out our YouTube channel run by Speedway Video. Our video guy Tom is there every week filming full races. He puts up highlights. So if you haven't been watching, if you haven't been to New Smyrna, if you want to see what's been going on, make sure you check it out there. Speedway Video. You can watch full races, highlights. He's got slideshows from past years as well, so you can get caught up. And if you do happen to miss, of course, we want you to come to the racetrack. It's the best experience. But if you do happen to miss something, you can check out everything that you may have missed there. So let's get you all up to speed. We have some big events coming up here in the next week. Starting this Saturday, it is O'Reilly Auto Parts Night with our Pro Late Model 50. The Pro Late Models are back. They've had one race so far this season, which was won by the gunslinger Mike Skinner. And this weekend, we welcome back Dawson Fletcher. He'll be making his second Pro Late Model start. Finished third in his debut, led laps. Looked impressive. He's definitely going to be one to watch. He's coming up from the Legends cars, and he'll be on the grounds, making his second start, like we said. Plus, we're going to have the Super Stocks. They have been, like we said, they've been super exciting. They'll be back in action, gearing up for a big race on the Clyde Hart Memorial. American Auto Sportsman will be in action, Mod Minis, Bombers. We're going to have the Ground Pounders of Florida back, and Strictly Stocks. Where are you guys at? We put you on the schedule. Who's going to be the first Strictly Stock? I'm looking at you right now. Who's going to be the first Strictly Stock to pull their car out of the weeds and come win a feature? We haven't had any come back yet. Everybody complained, oh, the Bombers are 4 cylinders now. Hey, we brought back the Strictly Stocks. Let's see a couple of them. I'm challenging you. Come out and race with us. And I don't know, I'll buy the first winner a beer after the races if that's your thing. But let's see some Strictly Stocks. Come on out and have some fun with that. It's a for fun class, trophy class. So get your $200, $300 car, come out and have $1,000 worth of fun. With that being said, we mentioned young Dawson Fletcher will be making his second start in the Pro Late Models. The entry list for that, the cars expected, pretty strong cars should be there. Brad May, always a regular, he's going to be there. Cole Anderson's coming out with the Mike Skinner team. Andrew Franzone is expected to be there as well. Ricky Moxley's coming out in his number 38. Giovanni Bramante, a strong contender from Speed Weeks, he'll be out there. And Dalton Smith should be there as well. So there's just a handful of cars that we know are going to be there with just looking online. And there should be a handful of others. So we should have a pretty decent field for that 50-lapper. But those are some of the big names. I mean, Cole Anderson, Speed Weeks champion this year. And who knows, maybe Mike Skinner himself will climb back into the race cars. So there's 6, 7, 8 good cars right there. And it's not even Saturday yet. For this event coming up, the gates open at 6. We race at 7. Just $15 for adult general admission, $13 for seniors military. And kids 11 and under are going to be free. So, of course, we invite you all out if you can make it. It's going to be one heck of a show. I mean, anytime you got the Super Stocks and the Sportsman on the same schedule, I mean, no brainer. Worth your money right there. Plus, you add in the Pro Late models, you're not going to want to miss it. The also hearing the 17 is going to be their Blaze Hedgenecker. So there you go. Add another race car right there. So it should be a great field of cars coming out for the Pro Late Model 50. Now, after this weekend, we move to the Clyde Hart Memorial on Thursday, July 5th. That's right, Thursday, July 5th. We've been saying it all year long. We know we've been rained out the last few weeks, so maybe some of you have forgotten. Also hearing Robert Strader going to be there for the Pro Late Model 50. The list is growing, guys, so going to be a good one. Back to the Clyde Hart Memorial at on 7:30 July 5th for that Clyde Hart Memorial for the super late models. Again, call your boss right now. Tell him, hey, I'm not coming into work that day. I'm going to New Smyrna Speedway. Heck, take Friday too. That way you don't feel like you have to leave early. It's going to be one heck of a night. We've done some research here. Here's a list of some of the drivers that we're expecting for the Clyde Hart Memorial. And again, this is just some pre-entries. Not everybody's listed here. We've heard Brandon Lynn in car number 55 is going to be there. Daniel Keene Jr. is coming back. So we'll see the 5K out there. David Rogers, of course, he'll be out there. We expect to see Anthony Sergi. He's up in the thick of the championship hunt right now, as is Brad May in car number 9. Michael Atwell has officially entered. He's been running real well in other tracks in Florida, so we expect the 51 Michael Atwell to be a strong contender. Doug Elliott's expected to be out there. And we talked about him a little bit earlier for the Pro Late Models. Dawson Fletcher will be making his Super Late Model debut in the Clyde Hart Memorial. So there's just a quick list of some of the guys that are expected for that race. Also, big news, we just announced the Superstock Open race that we had added to the schedule is up to $1,000 to win. That's right, $1,000 to win for the Open Superstock race. We've heard a lot of comments. Hey, why don't you let Camaros race? Novas, Firebirds, all that. Well, here's your chance, guys. We added this race. We want to have you guys come out and see what you can do out there. And you know what? If we have a good field, that might light the fire under some of our tech guys here, and maybe some rules can get changed. And we're getting more Pro Late models coming in. Daniel Miller's going to be there for the Pro Late Model 50 coming up this weekend, so building up to be a big show there. Back to the Superstock race, though. For you guys who want to run your Camaros, your Firebirds, or whatever it may be that you haven't been allowed to race here, bring it out. Show us that, hey, this is going to work. Let's make it work, and let's have a big race. Again, $1,000 to win, and a big shout out goes out to some of our partners here. Southwest Waterproofing has put up some money, along with Sunshine Seamless Gutters, Amato Motorsports, and Jim Moore Oil have all come together to put up this money for the $1,000 to win Superstock 25 during the Clyde Hart Memorial on Thursday. So if you run at Citrus or Showtime, tracks like that, come on out and bring your late models, of course. Bring your Superstocks. Come out and compete with our cars, because we're probably going to have, from what I'm seeing online with this deal, probably 20 plus Superstocks for that 25 lap race. That's going to be absolutely incredible. And, I mean, that race could steal the show from the super late models. Now, we should have a great field of super late models as well. I believe I read off about 7-8 names for that race. So it's going to be incredible. Also, as if that wasn't enough, after the super stocks, we have the American Auto Sportsman. They always have a great car count. So there should be about 20 of those in the pits as well. So they're going to have a 25 lap feature plus the dash for cash. So if you haven't been to New Smyrna Speedway and you got a Sportsman, come on out and have some fun with us on Thursday night. The Modifieds will be there. Those are big, powerful cars. If you've never seen them, they are cool to look at and cool to watch. And the Bombers and Strictly stocks will be there as well. So a full card of racing, and it's been getting even bigger with this Superstock race. So if you're in the area, make sure you're at the Clyde Hart Memorial. It's going to be the race of the year. You absolutely do not want to miss it. It's just $20 for all that. I mean, that's double the card that you normally get. So you're not going to want to miss the Clyde Hart Memorial. Going to have good car counts, going to have great racing, and probably some sparks, probably some action. So you're going to want to make sure you are there. Also, that morning for the Clyde Hart, for all you racers out there wondering about practice, we are going to have an open practice at 10:30 on July 5th. So we'll have rotating divisional practice that morning before we get into the regular stuff. Of course, the schedule is up online. We'll be posting it on Facebook. So if you have any questions, you can shoot us a message on Facebook, give the track a call. But check our website. All the information is there. But of course, if you guys need anything else, please let us know. So I believe that about wraps up all the information that we have here. Going to be a great weekend of racing at the New Smyrna Speedway this Saturday. And then, of course, this coming Thursday, July 4th, we're going to extend your holiday weekend. You guys can go out, have your barbecues, family time, fireworks, all that on the 4th. And then come on out to New Smyrna Speedway July 5th. We're going to continue the holiday action. We'll have fireworks in the air and fireworks on the track. And also, one quick note for any of you pro late model guys out there, we are going to be having your town hall meeting this weekend, 2:30 at the racetrack in the bar behind the grandstand. So for all you pro late models, we invite you to come on out, come talk to us, let us know what you'd like to see, and we're going to have we're going to take everything that you have to say into consideration. Also getting some notes here. Of course, we're going to have fireworks for the Clyde Hart, and Gary Ballou will be there as well with his Batmobile modified. So come on out and see that little bonus for you guys. There's going to be all kinds of things. Fun on the track and fun in the stands. That's what we're trying to do this year. We're just going to have some fun. Whatever Mother Nature throws at it, we're going to keep fighting. We appreciate you all's support, and keep believing in us. We're going to turn this place around and make it the place to be. So, of course, we can't do it without your support. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you at the racetrack. My name is Ryan Stevens, and I've had fun talking racing with you. See y'all later.